It's been a long and bumpy road for the country's new constitution to take effect, a road that may have never been traveled if the events of September of 2003 never occurred. The Maldives was thrown into chaos when 19-year-old Evan Nassim was found dead in his prison cell. This prompted the country's leaders to begin vast political and legal reforms. The reform agenda was born with the goals of strengthening democracy and enhancing human rights protection. The People's Special Majlis was set up to form a new constitution. 3 years later, the constitution is complete and ready to be signed by President Gayoom. There have been many changes in those 3 years. There are now 10 registered political parties, and voices of opposition are now being heard. Opposing viewpoints helped shape the constitution, and the Special Majlis endorsed it on June 26, 2008. They passed it on to the president for ratification. Minister of Legal Reform and Information, Mohammed Nasheed, commented on obstacles preventing immediate ratification.
The government is working on 4 main tracks. From the day the new constitution was ratified, the work has been in progress.
Even with the constitution's lack of ratification, 8 NGOs pressed forward with a voter education campaign entitled Go Vote, since this will be the first multi-party election in Maldives history. By July 2008, the constitution was still not ratified, but presidential candidates were given permission to begin campaigning while the document was still under scrutiny. International pressure increased in mid-July when the constitution remained in limbo. Worry and concern reached a breaking point July 21st when opposition leaders gathered at the presidential palace to ask the president to ratify.
He is trying to block the path leading to a multi-party election.
We want to solve this record over the new constitution right now. We gathered here because it has taken too long to ratify the new constitution.
International pressure intensified again over the independence holiday when the European Union released a statement expressing concern over the delays. Later, the president spoke of the great responsibility he was carrying. Just a few days later, the president declared he would ratify the Constitution on August 7th, and the administration rebuffed the EU's critical statement.
I will ratify the new constitution on the 7th of August 2008. I ensure this to everyone.
President then returned the Constitution to the Special Majlis to correct remaining errors. Last week, the Election Commissioner's Office released a first draft of the list of registered voters. Citizens have until August 15th to register any problems with the list. 2 days ago, the Constitution began to take shape when the President signed the police bill, which gave police greater authority and citizens new rights. This cleared the way for ratification, and this long journey for the new Maldivian Constitution was finally complete.